Welcome to the commentary zone. Today we are going to be talking about Below Deck Sailing Yacht Season 2, Episode 3, Smoldering Secrets. As you come into the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up because we asked you to. My friend Jamal, what did you think of this little episode?
Like I said, like we spoke before, it wasn't nothing fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But it was okay. I wasn't too upset with it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the secrets was well, the secret wasn't really a secret since they both came down the same way. So I was like, okay. I'm like there that win.
Yeah, and I thought it was way better than last week. Was it fantastic? No. It was just that certain aspects of it kept my attention, and it wasn't a total snooze fest.
No, it wasn't
Um,
total, not in total snooze fest, but
yeah.
it wasn't like chock full of action, if you know what I mean. You know,
No, no, it wasn't. But at least I didn't play any games while watching it.
that for you, that's good. We're gonna take that as a win.
Yes. Okay, so we start off. It's the day after the crew party. Um, 8 o'clock in the morning. They all look like they're like scraping the bottom of the graveyard. It's 6 hours until the next charter um guests arrive. And basically this boat looks like crap. And then on top of
Okay,
that, they slept in two of them slept in a guest cabin.
that
I don't
was
know.
I have been. I was with Daisy on this one. Like, are you serious? You can see his detail. Why would you do that?
Well, I'm not even gonna get into that. We'll get to it. Um, so Sydney and Gary obviously slept together in the guest cabin, which I feel is a huge no-no, but I digress. Um, they get up and they want to keep this a secret. And you and I spoke about this earlier. Gary was very upfront with her and said, "This is a one night stand." We saw it very clearly. Do I think Gary was right for getting into something with one of his deckhands? No,
Mm-mm.
shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have even gone to the interior crew. Like, save that for when you're finished the charter season.
Exactly.
You have a position, a high up position, and
Mm-hmm.
you've just ruined it because the whole crew looking at you like a total freak now. But whatever. These two idiots, he says we can't leave together. She goes out first. The boat is but yay big, and she walks out right in front of Natasha through the galley, and
Right.
he follows. And
I was just
she
like, what?
y'all so dumb.
I was
But
like, what's the
again,
point?
the boat is it like there's only one way.
That was my whole thing. Like, y'all should just walk. I mean, you trying to scuttle through past Natasha. Like, what are you gonna do with that?
There's only one way. And of course the girls know that she didn't sleep in her bunk. Like she shared
Exactly.
with two others,
I
two
think
or
it's two
three
others.
others. Yeah, she shares with multiple people in her room. She didn't come home last night, so we all know. We all know. So of course Natasha just starts talking, and of course she's discussing it with Allie and Colin in the galley. Um, but Gary lies about it.
Oh
That's
yeah.
kind of shady. And he lies in the confessional too. Like,
Yeah.
there were cameras there. Well, not in there, but we
Right.
saw.
I was like, Gary, what's the big deal?
Okay.
I just owned up to it and let it go.
It's just that it's really tough because it's the beginning of the season.
But it's on camera. Every like Natasha's already seen you. I mean, if it were like some way they could have gone around the boat, like they couldn't have been so obvious. Okay, you could lie about it.
But
But
they're wearing yesterday's clothes. Okay.
exactly, like all the pieces are like, dude, let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so captain calls a team meeting to review the resume for the next charter. Apparently, the primaries missed their flights, but their guests are already there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so then this whole thing starts sliding downhill because Daisy realizes that the day head has been used and left a mess, a complete mess.
Right.
And her interior team had cleaned a lot of the interiors in anticipation for the next sailing yacht. Uh,
Exactly.
yes, coming. And so now they have to, like, it was bad enough it was just one bulkhead, I mean, one head, but now they have gone downstairs and seen what a mess the guest room is, the guest cabin, and that toilet. She's pissed. So pissed she calls a meeting.
Right. She's like, we can't let this go.
But Captain Glenn, he backed her up. He backed her up and he was like, no, this isn't going to go down like this. Because he knows, like, they've got hours left before these people come. Seriously?
That was my thing. I'm like, you barely like had enough time to do everything else, and now this. Yeah, no.
And then you saw what a wreck they left the upper deck with, like, all of their leftover drinks and food and stuff like that. Like, come on now. That's kind of crappy.
Yeah, do
And you're
better.
all hungover drunk, you know? Damn. Um, Gary is kind of shunning Sydney, or was that just me?
I mean, I think he's looking at it like, okay, we did what we did. Keep it professional. I'm still your boss. Blah blah blah. And she's the one catching feelings. I mean, for him, he feels like since he kind of told like, look, this is gonna be a one night stand. That's it. He feels like he's done nothing wrong. So he in his mind, he's made himself very very clear.
No, and
So,
I
but
agree with you. I agree with you. And I would have continued to agree with you until he switched her to overnight and put
that I didn't
JL.
like.
To me, that's him avoiding her.
Right, I did not like that at all.
I was with him because he was very clear. This is just a one night stand. This is not me and you hooking up, boo. This is just hit it and quit it. He was really, really clear.
Very.
And I was with him 100%. I was like, girl, stop. It's too much. He didn't say that. And then when he switched her to overnight, because he will totally be able to avoid her now. And that was like, Gary, you wrong for that. You dead
Yeah,
wrong.
I was with Gary. Like, okay, good job, way to handle it, blah blah blah. But once he put her overnight, I'm like, you know what? Now you're trying to punish her,
Mm-hmm.
or you just trying to put her in the corner.
Or just avoid her altogether so he doesn't have to deal with her. Because he's on the opposite shift.
Right. And my thing is, everyone knows what you did. Whether you know they know or not, they know what you did, and no one's tripping but you. Because the more you
Mm-hmm.
do things to avoid her, the more attention you bring to her
Mm-hmm.
and to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, what'd you think about Danny showing Gary the handprints on the side of the bed and him going, "We slept in separate beds." What?
I was like, no, I'm gonna need Gary to do better. Do better, Gary. Do better, please.
The whole crew is just laughing at him at this point. This
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
I think
So
they're like, they're like, is he still gonna like keep this going?
I- it was just odd for me. His reactions at the beginning professional, but he started doing things that just turned me off with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point that when he was up on the sail trying to fix the thing that was the sail that was coming out of the
Right.
track, and remember when he kind of like lost his balance? I was hoping he was gonna fall.
That's so mean.
First of all, when he went up there, He should have been in that swing thing that he was in when he made the
Right,
repair. Because remember, right before that thing popped, you heard Captain Glenn saying, you should like strap yourself in,
right.
right? So to me, after seeing all of his actions regarding Sydney, which is one of his crew, I was like, you should have failed.
So mean.
No, no, petty. Petty.
There's a difference.
Schmitch.
But yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
was. Yeah, but he was. Yeah, he was wrong for putting her overnight because he didn't want to deal with her. Well, sir, you did the do, so it's not that deep. And if you think she's feeling some sort of way, be a be a grown up and talk to her. Like, look, this is a situation. I
Mm-hmm.
told you this is it was what it was,
Yeah.
and I don't know what else I don't know what else I can do for you.
Honestly, I just think he needs to handle it like a man. He did at the beginning, like before they even had their interlude. I
Right?
was with him. It was very clear. But somehow he reverted to being a 5-year-old, and I'm not with that.
No.
What is going on with this yacht? Like there's something wrong with the pipes. The water pressure is not there. The ice maker is not working at the main bar. Like Colin is cursing at every pipe in the vessel. What is happening here? And
I'm gonna just.
then the issue with the sail coming out of the track. And that's the main sail.
And my thing is, did you guys not do a test run before you took the boat out?
I don't know.
That's
I
my thing. Like, did you not do a trial to say, hey, let's see what does this work properly? Like, y'all didn't
well,
know checkups. I mean,
they just came back from a charter and everything seemed to be going fine. What the hell happened overnight? Because
oh,
remember, one charter ended, they had the drunky night, and now the next one's starting.
it was probably production.
Uh, why would production fuck around? Oh, sorry, mess around with like a boat that's so expensive?
I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh,
I'm just.
I know their insurance only goes so far. My God. Okay, so Colin spends a lot of his time trying to fix this boat with like spit and bubble gum, and he's doing a really good job. And I will give Gary credit for like what Captain Glenn said, he's severely hung over, but he's able to get the boat back in shape for the passengers to come
Yep.
on, fix the sail, and still make it seamless while he's hung over.
I'm not
I'll
mad at
give
you.
him that. Yeah, I'll give him that. What did you think about these guests? Now, remember, the primaries are not there. And one of them, I think it was Daisy, who said, if the primaries aren't there, someone from the regular guests will step forward and like pretend they're the primary.
Right.
Um, they were saying some really strange things coming down the dock.
Right. They were hilarious. Like, pretend you're used to this. Don't act too impressed. Cause
Yeah, like it.
they'll think we're
Then they'll
peasants.
think we're peasants. Yes.
I'll holler.
But
I'll
then they
holler.
got they got on the boat, and then they're like, I need 3 jackets pressed, and I want all
Right.
of my clothes unpacked and hung. And okay, I want something bubbly, sparkly, and shooting out of my ass or something like what?
They were doing the most for no
And
reason.
taking in selfies.
Yeah.
They really showed their asses that they had never been anywhere before in life.
No home training. Zero home training. I'm like, no, you cannot behave this way.
Oh, and we have to watch Gary because did you see how many oysters he was downing?
Yeah, he's a mess.
Who's going to be next? You think it's going to be Allie?
Danny.
Oh, it's Danny?
No, Allie. Allie. He
It's
mentioned Allie.
Allie.
It's Allie because he wanted to kiss Allie. That's what it was.
Oh, that's going to be a problem. Like he's getting hot, sloppy, messy now. Uh-uh.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Mm-mm. Let's see. Okay, so these people board. Daisy takes them on a tour of the vessel. The boys get the lines up and they set sail and they unfurl the mainsail and they run into problems. So the mainsail and the secondary sail are not running on their tracks. So they have to use like standby sales or something. I don't know. I don't know what this is called. I should ask my friend who's an avid sailor. But anyway, I digress. They get a little bit of wind. They're able to go a little bit further, do a sort of half sail, not like the type you like, but
Hmm.
these people don't know.
Right.
So they drop anchor, I guess. Is this where they go out on the paddle boards or something like that?
They already pull out the toys.
Yes.
I think this is where they pull out the toys and they jump in and they have a good time. All this and that.
Yeah. Um, okay, so with Sydney moved to overnight schedule, JL is daytime schedule. Um, Gary is nitpicking over him.
I mean, but Gary already said how he works though, so I'm not surprised he's doing this. And JL is being slow. Let's not just because you like somebody doesn't mean they're not slow. And he is incompetent because he's newish, but he's acting like he knows so much. So when you act that way, people are going to treat you that way. And then you combine that with
Mhm.
Gary's work ethic and his attitude. Yeah, you get what you get.
Okay, and so I say that to say now both exterior and interior have their staffing challenges. Gary has JL and Daisy has Allie because her timings on doing turn
Turn
downs are
down.
aggravating the snot out of her. And I thought it was funny. She said, I'm going to go with her tonight and I'm going to show her, the timing so that she could get it on point. To me, it seemed like Daisy did the whole turn down while Allie was there playing with a piece of toilet paper.
Right.
I like
I,
Allie.
I hear her ask any questions.
No, no, she was just playing with the tissue thing. That was
Yeah.
it.
She's always all I got for you.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's see. There's some really good food. Like, I think there's going to be like, I saw the lobsters. I'm kind of glad Daisy got that rancid lobster juice when she went into the kitchen when Natasha wasn't there. Don't mess with Natasha. But yeah, they like, I think there was going to be like some really good cuisine on this trip, but they serve up dinner. Um, and one of the guests is not feeling well,
Hmm.
and he goes to the room. Next morning, one of the female guests goes to Daisy and reports that this male guest is not feeling well from last night and now has a temperature of 101. Oh boy. She
And
goes straight
they,
in. Go
I mean,
ahead.
they all jump to the conclusion like, oh my god, do we have a panoramic? I'm like,
Yeah,
don't. I get it, I understand, but like, don't do that. Just let things play out.
true. And what I didn't know was like the backstory. Like I didn't realize that they were already a week in quarantine before getting on the boat.
Right? I was like, oh, I got you.
They were all like, because when okay, so Daisy tells Captain, he reports it in as he should per protocol. They get a doctor to come out. Um, what I did not understand, the doctor had on a full hazmat kit, but the person who was assisting her was in her shorts and tank top.
Right? I'm chilling.
And right next to each other, not down the hall or above deck,
Hmm.
right next to each other. That didn't make any sense to me, but I'm not medical, but okay. Um, they quarantine the guests in their
Hmm.
cabins, which I think is
Right.
fair. Someone is sick, they have taken tests, they don't know what's going on. Why infect everybody else?
Exactly.
But these guests are like, we've already been quarantined. Why do we have to continue to be quarantined? Why can't we go up on the deck? Because there's air flowing around and we don't want your cooties.
That too.
Just stay in your damn rooms. And all the crew is kind of like panicked because like I guess they do a lot of tests on the crew in order to do this
Right.
show, and they're like, they could have endangered all of us, which is a valid point. But I think Captain Glenn's got to step in and tell everybody simmer down now.
Exactly. That's like y'all calm down. It's okay.
So the doctor gets back on her water taxi and goes because she has to submit all of the testing
Right.
to the labs or whatever. She'll call him back when she gets the results. The guests are not happy. The crew is kind of like buzzing about it. I think Natasha's the one that has the best faces for everything. And we we find out it's that same day the captain decides we're taking it back to the marina. These people are getting off this boat and they'll go and quarantine in a hotel. Thank you very much. I love
Right.
him.
Yeah,
I
he's like,
love him.
we're not gonna play no games with you. You gotta go so we can bleach the whole pool, the whole yacht. I should say not the pool, the whole yacht. We got bleach everything, bleach
And
and
he's so
Lysol.
funny. He's like, the guests will be taking their own luggage. I was like, yes,
Mhm.
that's what you get for steaming 3 jackets and unpack everything my ass. Yes, they will be taking their own luggage. So yeah, he gets them off of that boat. And I guess the crew has to quarantine for a bit. We never find out if the primaries ever made it. I bet you they didn't. What else happens here?
Nothing. That was it.
Yeah, it went by quickly. I hope that they do not return. Um, yeah, that was like a 24-hour charter.
Yeah. Done.
Yep, that was it in a nutshell. Any final thoughts on this episode?
No, I'm hoping it continues to go pick up as the season goes.
Yes, and we're still hoping to see when the boat crashes into the dock.
Right. We know it's gonna be the end of the season, so
Yeah.
we'll be patient.
Yes. But until then, let us know if you watch the show. Leave us some comments below. We read them and we respond. Please give us a thumbs up if you like this review. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And most importantly, tell a friend, have them join the conversation so that we can learn more about this boating thing for sure.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.